ChatGPT versus Gemini versus Grok. In this video, we're testing which one can create the best brand new Minecraft item. The rules are simple. Each AI gets 45 minutes. It has to deliver 3 things: a custom texture, a unique ability, and a crafting recipe. We start with ChatGPT. Timer on. I want to make a working Minecraft Java Edition add-on from scratch on JS. Can you write the code for a new custom tool that has unique ability when using it? Include crafting recipe. I want you to give me the item scripts and the item file so I can just copy and play. Right away, ChatGPT starts using a lot of resources, and I actually like that. It feels thorough, like it's really thinking instead of rushing. After 1 minute and 43 seconds, we get our concept, the gravity hammer. Its ability is a shockwave that launches mobs into the air and deals damage, and it already includes a cooldown. Honestly, that sounds insanely cool. So we copy the code and paste it into our files. First file, the startup script. Save. Second file, the logic that handles the ability. Save. Third file, the crafting recipe. Save. Next step, the texture. We need a 16 by 16 pixel image for the hammer. It takes a bit, and at first we get some weird output instead of an actual image. So I tell it again, generate the real picture. Now it starts rendering, and I'm not gonna lie, I love how the hammer looks. It's clean, it's stylish, it has a strong silhouette. We drop the texture into the mods folder, save everything, and hope we don't get errors. All right, we launch the game.
Let's open Minecraft and load our world to test the item.
13 minutes later, yeah, we hit an error. We try to fix it. We still have 31 minutes left, so it's not over. ChatGPT generates updated code. We replace the old one, paste the new one into the files, and go again. Now we're back, no errors. We search for the hammer in the inventory. It's there, but for some reason the icon is still showing as a sword. Whatever, let's test the ability. We build a circle of piglins around us and we activate the shockwave. And wow, it looks amazing. They all bounce back at the same time. That's the kind of moment you want in a Minecraft mod. Okay, second test. Same idea, but we increase the number of mobs. And it's even crazier. The shockwave just clears the space like a force field. Now we still have 26 minutes left. Let's try to fix the visuals properly. Apply our real hammer texture, restart, and see what happens. We relaunch. And yes, now we actually have the hammer looking the way it should. The ability is still awesome, but there's no sound. So we try to add sound.
Not gonna lie, I really want the sound to work this time. So we asked ChatGPT for updated code where the ability has proper audio. And I really hope it's gonna be a genuinely cool sound. Now we copy the first code snippet, then we copy the second snippet, and we paste both of them straight into our code. All right, nice.
Now we have thunder, a really satisfying boom. I love that. But then the ability disappears. At this point, I'd rather keep the ability than keep the sound. So because we're limited on time, we move on.
So we load back in, and I don't even know how, but we lost the ability again. Like, how does that keep happening? All right, we go back to the code, we fix it, and at the same time, we throw in a new prompt, because if we're already here, we might as well push it. We asked ChatGPT for 2 more levels of this item, and we want it enchantable too. And while ChatGPT is cooking, we do the Warden test. We try to kill the Warden, and honestly, it takes a lot of time. You can see it, because the footage is sped up, but still, this thing is just too tanky, but the combo is really good. Now we have another reply. We have 9 minutes left, and we also got 2 upgrade levels, so we replace that in the code. Now we generate textures for our upgraded versions for the other models, and we also asked ChatGPT to add a shockwave animation. We got the prompt. We try to replace everything at the same time. After 40 seconds of thinking, ChatGPT finally gives us the updated final prompt, and now it's pure panic mode. We try to paste it into our existing code as fast as possible. No extra steps, no perfection, just paste, save, and pray it works. We restart the game, and oh my God, we have 2 errors. 2 errors out of nowhere, and we basically spent almost all our time. So we throw it back into ChatGPT. We have 5 seconds left. 5 seconds. So in these 5 seconds, let's do the last thing. Can we enchant the item? Yes, it is enchantable. So for ChatGPT, I'm rating it an honest 7 out of 10 because we still had errors. We didn't finish everything, but the item works, the ability works, and overall, the code is working and it feels playable. Now we are moving on to Grok. Not gonna lie, I actually hope Grok gives the worst results. We paste the exact same prompt.
Hi, can you make me a Minecraft Java Edition add-on using Kube.js? I want a special ability when I use the item. Please write all code files, script, and recipe so I can copy-paste and test it immediately. Timer on. And we get an answer instantly, like literally instantly. Okay, Grok gives us a magic wand. Well, that is very simple, very basic. But fine, let's do it. We copy the code. We save the first script. We take the recipe, and this is already weird because I asked for 3 files, and we got 2. And also, they look different from what the other AIs usually give. But okay, maybe it still works. Maybe. Now we need a texture pack. We start generating. Oh wow, we actually get a lot of options. All right, I like this one. It's simple, it's kind of cute. Let's save it. We launch Minecraft and we search for the magic. Okay, wait. We don't even have our icon. It's using some existing Minecraft icon. That is not a good sign. We click the item. No ability. Nothing happens. So we type back, we do not have an ability. And I have a really bad feeling about this. We ask Grok to improve the code. We even change the model just to help it. We still have 30 minutes left, so let's check. It says we can change the texture ourselves. Okay, we do that. Now we have updated code. Let's paste it into our structure. And we also tell it we have no cooldown on the ability. Try again. Restart.
And the funny part is, we only need to replace one of them. So we swap that file in, update the code, save everything.
No errors, just like last time. We have 27 minutes. Restart again. Okay, now we finally see our icon. That's already better. But we still don't have the ability. Maybe one more restart helps. Nope, still nothing. And look at the damage. This wand does like no damage at all. So at this point, we have to change the logic completely because right now, nothing works. We ask it to replace the logic part.
This point, I'm starting to feel like Grok just can't do more than this. Because the code is barely changing. It's the same ideas, the same structure, just shuffled around. And that's the worst part.
It starts consuming a lot of resources. After a bunch of attempts, we're down to 13 minutes. We replace the code again. No errors, so it should be fine, right? But still, no ability. Okay, one more time. We ask it to replace the whole library because we already burned more than half of our dime. We have 11 minutes. We paste everything quickly. We create new files. Restart. No errors again. Everything looks normal. And still, we don't have the ability. So we have the texture, we have the item, but the logic is just gone, like it's not even there. All right, new plan. We start from scratch in a new chat. We generate the full code again.
All right, this is our last attempt. We're trying to squeeze at least something out of this item. Anything. Because right now, it's basically just an icon with no soul. So yeah, one more try.
3 minutes left. This is wild. And now we basically just have a stick. So yeah, I'm rating Grok an honest 2 out of 10. And I'm not even using the last 3 minutes. That was horrible.
All right, we are moving on to Gemini. I really hope it will pleasantly surprise us. Time has started. Well, as we can see, the old prompt gave an item from the previous video. That is scary and funny at the same time. So we will try to guide it a little bit into the direction we need. After 2 minutes of generating the answer, we have... What? The Heart of Aegis? I'm not gonna lie, this sounds like a new meta. When we use it, we get a set of defensive buffs to protect us in basically any scenario. From the buffs, we have instant regeneration, 4 extra hearts, resistance to fire and lava, slow falling, and reduced incoming damage. This is literally just a tool to survive anywhere, except maybe water. So yeah, I actually like it. It sounds very unusual. All right, let's move to our code. We have the first file and the item registration. Let's save it right here. Yes. Immediately, we create a new file for the next portion of code, and we go back to Gemini. Wow, this file is much longer. Probably this time we will avoid errors. We spent less than 5 minutes on everything. That is unbelievable. I honestly think Gemini has a real chance to win this time. Now we write a prompt so Gemini generates a 16 by 16 texture for our item. And we have this golden heart.
It looks attractive and interesting. Let's download the file and immediately place it into the texture packs of our environment. And moment of truth. We launch Minecraft and we search for our item. Well, who doubted that we have our item? The texture got a little squished, so it looks kind of funny. But still, we have the description, the name, and the colors. The ability also works. Now let's try crafting this item on a crafting table. For this, we need 2 amethyst shards, 2 golden apples, and a totem. Agree, that's not much for the ability this item offers. So let's test it right away in the Nether against mobs and terrain.
Let's test it in a more interesting place, where there's lava and mobs everywhere. And while we're building this bridge, I also want to hear your ideas. What items would you want to see next? Write your ideas in the comments.
After a long build to an approximate place where we can test the item, we finally arrived. Test time has started. Let's try to fly over this ravine. The result cannot not make me happy. And instead of the promised 4 extra hearts, we have a whole 8. That is insanely good. I'm genuinely stuck on this item and all the potential ideas we can try. So we decide to fight all the piglins in the area. Unfortunately, I overestimated my gamer skills, and I died. And even after such a long process, we still have 15 minutes left. Enough time to actually make a finished and really cool item.
So we write a new prompt, give us balance for this item, and 2 upgrade levels of the Heart of Aegis. Maybe we should also add enchantments. I know it sounds funny because the item is already stuffed with literally every perk, but for completeness, we'll try it. Also, I want to add a one-time use, like with a totem. That is clearly a good patch to keep the balance of this thing. We got the updated code, we throw it into our file, and we immediately move to tests. Do we have all the items, and do we have no errors? Gemini created the names Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3 accordingly, so even here we can't get confused. For now, we have template icons, but there is something about it. We instantly move into the dungeon to test each level of the item. Radiant Aegis gives us literally a full house, 10 extra hearts, feather falling, resistance to fire and frost, just an item that breaks the game by existing. Alright, now let's test Tier 2. Okay, also not bad, but we have 4 hearts and no feather falling. We almost crashed. Still, Tier 2 is also very useful. Now we go to the lowest one, Tier 3. And yeah, this is the base. We have speed, protection, and regeneration. Even with such a difference between them, each item is interesting and fits different situations. Gemini actually did an amazing job, so I rate it 9 out of 10. Why not 10? We didn't have time to finish textures for each of them, and it's simply not 10 because I'm greedy. But the item itself is just unbelievable. The winner of this video is definitely Gemini.